Hello, everyone. We have a full grid at Paul Ricard. Slight word on rain. Very interesting. George retiring early on. He does have a quali ban, I think. Let me go check that. I once again apologise for my voice. I'm hungover and I do have a cold as well. So there might be a few voice cracks. It's going to be an important Q1. 5 drivers will leave us in this session. But I still am hearing whispers of rain at some point. I don't know if that's race or quali. Replica then. Recently found out his name's Tom. Don't know if I prefer Replica or Tom. We do have 3 replicas now. We'll call him Replica 3 for now. This Tom just gets confusing. Should be noted that his teammate is the other replica. We did have 3 replicas in here, but the lobby got full. He didn't make it. Unfortunate for him. Let's see if Replica 3 can channel Replica 5's energy in this lap. Purple Sector 2, he's on fire! Just kidding. And the final couple corners now. What will be the benchmark? Full grid. I'm so excited for this. It's a 32.7. It's an okay lap for Q1 in Tier 3. Wouldn't be too displeased with that replica. Sebs goes, I want a piece of that. Goes top on a 31.2. Got Aston Martin coming over the line. It's Dystopian, new reserve. It's also a 31.2. And Anime shatters it with a 30.6. Who else we got coming? Is that a Williams? It is. It's Replica Gaming. 32.8. Was it invalid? I didn't see that it was invalid. Milky Walker coming across the line. What are we looking like? 31.5. on again for this Q1. I personally he's backed off. Oh, he dated. Coming around, dated and pulls into the is right now. So I will mute. We are back. I'm hearing that the stream is a bit glitchy. I don't know what's going on there. So game sounds too high as well. I think I did turn that up the other day. Oh no. We'll go for 2 then. Pete's saying the stream is stable. That's what we like to hear, Pete. Turning it down to 2 has turned it down loads for me. Is it just a glitch? Can I put it back to 3? Oh, I don't know. Supreme Cream on a lap. He's on it. See what he can do. Come up to the chicane. Gets out well. Very smooth driver, Supreme Cream. He's only going to get better. This is where it starts. It starts right here. Pete saying the stream's stable. I'll let you know if it breaks again. Thanks, Pete. Thanks a lot. And Flame Tornado disqualified for going the wrong way. I imagine he spun. The game doesn't like it when you spin. Sometimes disqualifies you. Not very nice. We'll have to deal with that now. So that's 2 drivers out. Supreme Cream splitting the replicas. 32-7. Swiss J-Dog comes across the line. P11. DG Rocker hanging out a bit too low. He hasn't validated, so he will go again. Blitz 29.8 in Q1. Oh, that's a little bit too good. It's not quite tier 3 pace, is it, Blitz? What are you doing here? Why don't you just trot on over to tier 2, boy? Helios also set a 32.8. DG Rocker now sitting in the drop, as is Kappa Cams and Mr. Lethal Pete. 5 minutes left, boys. You need to set a lap. DG's about to right here. See where he can put himself. It's only good enough for P8 for DG. Interesting. See how Kappa Cams is getting on. He's just started his lap. We'll need to keep it valid. Putting these corners away nicely. Nice wide line there to get a better exit. Blitz retiring in the pits, he's done enough. Kappa Cams coming down the main straight. Ooh, it's not a great time. Something must have happened on that lap that I didn't see. Sector 1. That's the only part I didn't see. That just leaves Pete then. The Kappa Cams will have to improve. That'll be a big driver going out in Q1. Pete's backed off. But he will have to go again. And invalidate that lap. See if the stream's still working properly. It's fine for me. Hello Blitz, I've just seen your message on the stream. Another win today, I imagine, Blitz. I should bloody hope so for McLaren. McLaren now have over double the amount of points as second place in Tier 3. Who is Alpha Tauri. Let's have a little look at the championship. So we do have Blitz top of the championship on 133 points. 30-point gap to DG Rocker behind him. 6 points behind Rocker is Just Anime. And then 13 points behind Just Anime is Sebs. It's going down to the wire, boys. DG Rocker retires in the pits, I believe. He's done enough, but Pete has not done enough. He's gonna have to go again. He's only got a minute. This will be his last lap. Actually, my time is probably wrong as well. So I don't actually, they probably got more than a minute. Probably got enough for 2 laps. Managed to keep it valid so far. Is that Kappa Cam's going slowly? Oh no, I think Kappa Cam's is going to be out. I don't think he'll have enough time. It says 10 seconds for me, but time is usually wrong. I think Kappa Cam's may be out of this session, and that is it. Kappa Cam's will not improve. It's down to Pete now. Replica is out, unfortunately. And Helios can't do any more. So if Pete improves, he'll knock his teammate out. And he crosses the line with a 31-3. And goodbye, Helios. Or the skin of his teeth just goes out. I think that'll be that. We're just waiting on Replica, who's invalidated, so that will be that. Oh, and oh no, Kappa Cam's also invalidated. $14 viewers today. That's the most I've ever had on Tier 3. Oh, and Replica pulls into the pits. Wasted everyone's time, Replica. What are you doing? Replica would just like to thank you. So it's Blitz topping the timesheet in Q1. A massive 7/10 over second place and Just Anime. Then we got Crafty, Sebs, Dystopian, Mr. Lethal P, Inspector Act, DG Rocker, and the Milky Brothers. Whoops. Going out of this session. Helios just at the last moment gets knocked out by his teammate Pete. While Replica in his first race sees P17. Kappa Cams. I think he was on the podium last week and he's out in Q1, P18. George serving that quali ban, and Flame Tornado disqualified for driving the wrong direction. That's because the commentary rocks, Mighty Jew. Oh, I don't know who Mighty Jew is. I don't know if you're in this league, but I very much appreciate that. Thank you. Q2 then. Still no rain. I think the rain might be at some point in the race. If someone could just confirm that for me. What's your bets on Replica being first out? He's always first out, and he's pipped him. He's first out. He's always first out, Replica. No point faffing about with the setup. Just get up and go. Q2 then, obviously. You will start on the tyres that you set your best lap on in Q2. Only 3 drivers opting for the mediums so far. I think mediums is definitely the play. But of course you need the pace to get out of Q2. Ah, okay. So Post Malone has just informed me it is raining from the very start of the race. So these tyres will not matter. Everyone can go for softs. So people going for mediums, there's no point. You may as well chuck those mediums in the bin. Well, no, just save them. Save them for when it gets dry in the race. Yeah, I fucked up my trial last Friday. Monday, I'm back at it again. I had Nanja's pace, so if I just finish, I might get into Tier 1. Well, it'd be good to have you back, mate. If you're at Nanja's pace, then you'll definitely be in Tier 1. Replica the first to start his lap then, as per. Let's see how he gets on. Post Malone, you can't have a go at me for giving tips. You were the one that spilled the beans in the chat. Most people race with the stream open. They can see the chat. You spilled the beans. Coming around the final corner then. What's it gonna be, Tom? What's it gonna be? 32.2. What was his? It was a 32.2 in Q1 as well, wasn't it? Oh, I'm not so sure. Seb setting a 31.6 on the mediums, but then Inspectorek jumps up with a 30.9, smashing those foam pieces of shit out the way. Don't need them. Why turn the corner? Just go straight. DG Rocker 30.7. Time's getting quicker and quicker. Dystopian 30.6 on his first race here in F1ABEEZ. Not many people come into Tier 3 and beat DG Rocker. Could be one to watch. Here we got crossing the line then. Supreme Cream just starting a lap. As is Post Malone. Blitz just starting a lap as well. So we'll go all the way to It's Replica again. He's down on his time. Spectre invalid. The Mercedes? Nope. Is anyone setting a lap? Come on. Just Anime then. On those medium compound tyres. The medium runners prop have the confidence and pace anyways, just saving them softs or being dumb. Probably the second one, but it will probably still work. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't try the mediums if you didn't think you could get through to Q3 on them. But I think for a few drivers it'll be that second option you mentioned. Just use the softs, boys. Guaranteed Q3. Purple first sector for Just Anime. See how he can handle this chicane. Takes that apex nicely. Carries some good momentum around there. We will see an improvement here. Oh, lets off slightly there. Probably cost him about half a tenth. Someone cutting the corner up ahead. Don't mind him, Just Anime. It's Gamer Owen. Oh, Just Anime pulls into the pits as well. Must have lost a bit of time then. Still on board with Supreme Cream. See if he can improve on that 33. Final few corners then. Could definitely carry a bit more speed around there. Maybe being a bit too reserved. He does improve, but not enough. Still 0.3 off P11. Milky Walker just starting his lap. Apart from that, not much happening. Mr. Lethal Pete started a lap. See how Milky Melon can do. He's the furthest one round. Very twitchy on the steering, nudging the car around. Oh, that's a very tight apex. Not the quickest of lines through there. It's a 31.8 though. I don't think it will be good enough to see him out of Q2. Or with Milky Walker on a lap. Gamer Owen about to start a lap. Do you have a way to drop the game sound a little? Yes, I do. So it is still too loud. Let me know if that's improved proceedings. Milky Walker, can he put his Milky brother into the drop? He does. Goes P4 in the process. Almost matching times with Inspectorac. That's a good driver to match times with. Seb's invalidated on his soft run. Can Pete improve? Pete going slowly. I think he's out of fuel, actually. Still roughly 5 minutes left. In Q2. Gamer Owen then. He's just starting his lap now. The only one not to set a time so far. You'd imagine he sends Sebs into the drop here. But I think Sebs is out on those softs now, isn't he? So he will push Swiss J-Dog down if he improves. Don't really want to be getting on that curb, Owen. It's a 30.9. Beating Milky Walker by 0.02 of a second. It's a good turnout for Mercedes. P2 and P5 at the moment, but if the McLaren boys choose to go out on the softs, which they may well do, I'd imagine that would be P1 and P2. But Dystopian, still up there, P1. Come on, Tier 3, a reserve's beating you. A reserve's at the top. Show him what you can do. Milky Melon running slowly. He might be out of fuel as well. Post Malone just starting a lap, but he's got Mr. Lethal Pete right behind him. We'll watch this from Pete's point of view, because they could get close if something happens. Sorry, just reading some messages. But Pete, not improving. I don't know if he just sat it up or if that was a outlet. I've completely forgotten. Swiss J-Dog is in the drop now. Pete will be looking to improve. So Post Malone might be in trouble, but he's also on a lap. Sebs went P2. I feel like that was a little while ago now, actually. Only 6 thousandths off Dystopian. That's Swiss Jada on an outlet. But Milky Melon in all sorts of bother. And that is the end of Q2. keep an eye on this drop. Swiss J-Dog and Replica Gaming are out. Replica Gaming 3, that is. Milky Melon won't be able to improve. But Pete, this is his last chance. When he crosses the line. It's a 31-4. Knocking Post Malone out by 200ths. Oh, that's got to hurt for Post Malone. That's got to hurt. See, this is what a full lobby brings you. An entertaining qualifying. A Supreme Cream has spun it. So he will be P15 on the grid. As Milky Melon gets disqualified for going the wrong way. I don't know what's happened here. I don't know how you can spin there. So Supreme Cream will start P14. I don't know why or what Milky Melon's doing. See you in a bit, Mighty Jew. Come back whenever you're ready. So, leaving us. Oh, actually, Inspectorek took pole at the end. I missed that. Inspectorek taking P1, Dystopian P2, and Seb's P3. Crafty set a very good time on the medium tyres. Medium tyres being about 1.2 seconds slower than the softs around here. So what would that be? Like a 29.7. That would have been a very good lap. I think that beats Blitz's Q1 lap. But anyway, Post Malone getting knocked out in Q2 by 200ths of a second. Swiss J-Dog following him with Replica Gaming and Supreme Cream. And then Milky Melon getting disqualified for going backwards at the end there. I'm not too sure what happened, but he lost a couple places just for that. Inspector saying, couldn't have a reserve in P1. No, we cannot, Inspector. You show him who's boss. Q3 then. This is crunch time. This is where it all matters. Until the race, of course. Who's the first car out? It's our new reserve, Dystopian. A lot of drivers running a wet setup, so their quality times might not be as good, but they'll pay dividends in the race. Get on board with Dystopian now. Final sector then for Dystopian, looking very smooth. .3. Some of these drivers can definitely get into the 29s. Namely the McLarens. Gamer Owen on a 30.9. While the other Aston Martin's coming around. That's his out lap. So it will be DG Rocker next. He goes pole with a 30.1. I feel like he'll be able to dip into 29s. I don't think that's all the pace DG Rocker has. Pete getting to Q3 by 2/100ths of a second. Let's see if he can make his way further up the grid. 30.9, beating Gamer Owen by 35 thousandths. He's just pipping everyone today. Next round will be the Aston Martin going into the pits. Sebs is coming around now then. Let's probably get all this set up. Where could he put himself on the grid? It's P4. Losing out to Crafty by 1,000th. What's going on today? Very fine margins. Milky Walker comes across the line. It's not good enough to beat Gamer Owen. Just anime. I'm expecting him to go pole with this lap. It's a very nice final corner. Could use more of the outside curb actually, but threw it in very nicely. It's a 30.2. Missing out on pole by under 2/100ths of a second. He's not finished there. He will go again. Just not this lap. Inspector Eck will be looking towards the top as well. It's the only one I've seen use that line. A nice tight line using all of the curb. That'll save you a few hundredths. Where can he put it? 30.6. Only P6 for Inspectorate. He's got more in the tank. He's sandbagging. He pulls into the pits. Do we have anyone on a lap now? Blitz has just started his lap, but he's invalidated already. This could be disastrous for Blitz. Hope he doesn't make a habit of this. He's had about 8 minutes of this qualifying session already. He needs to get a lap on the board. Gamer Owen. That is at turn 2. Need to be careful not to disqualify yourself for going backwards there. And that is... There is no one on a lap. But Milky Walker is about to start, so we will ride on board with Milky Walker. Not bad. First 2 corners. Takes that curb nicely. Slightly wide through there, but it's fine. Very wide through there. Loses the rear end a bit. Purple sector 1 apparently, but I don't know about that. It was quite a nice line through there, but just got on the power too early. Had to let off again. Very wide through there. Is that an invalidation? No. Somehow doesn't invalidate. Oh, but he does there. Runs too wide over the curb. And he's going to run out of fuel, I think. So, takes the decision to go into the pits. I don't think he'll have enough time to go back round. So that'll be Milky Walker over and done with. Blitz recharging that battery, I assume, before he goes to one final lap. Everyone on out laps now. Moron invalidated, but he will be going again. If you look at the map in the bottom right, everyone's bunched up. Everyone going for laps at the same time. Was that an invalidation from Crafty? That could be Crafty's qualifying over. We'll see when he crosses the line. If the map stays red, yes. And that's Crafty's qualifying session over. He's going to try and get round. Needs to be careful not to mess up anyone's lap here. Dystopian has invalidated also, so he won't improve. No, it's Blitz behind, who hasn't invalidated. Blitz might actually get a time on the board here. And that is qualifying over. Rocker doesn't have time, Owen doesn't have time, and Walker doesn't have time. Oh. What's... Does Blitz run out of fuel? Oh no! Blitz has run out of fuel. In the last sector. He's leading the championship. But he's going to be P10 in this qualifying session. Any improvers? Just Anime goes pole, 29.9. Inspector not going to improve. Blitz in all sorts of trouble. Blitz could just retire as he's the last one. Blitz, if you still have the stream open, you are the last car. Please retire. Okay. Why go into the pit? Why? Why? You can retire, Blitz. And that is Q3 all done. Just Anime will sit on pole with DG Rocket next to him. And Dystopian, our new reserve in P3. And it's Crafty Inc., Sebs, Inspectorek, Mr. Lethal Pete, Gamer Owen, Milky Walker, and Blitz in P10. Who's ready for some rain? Who's ready for some goddamn rain? Let's do this. Oh, it's wet. It is wet at Paul Ricard. Full grid in the wet. Please go careful, guys. Don't want to see too many incidents after the race. And we get this formation lap underway. Everyone on the intermediates. It's not wet weather yet. But it looks pretty wet to me. And Blitz's tyres will be freezing. An early collision with Gamer Owen. I didn't see it, so I don't know who's at fault, but off the start. They're saying in the chat that they didn't even touch. Perhaps just the game being a bit weird. I don't believe the rain is going to last the entire race. It's meant to die off. Just we don't know when that point will be. George and Replica touch. Or do they? We don't know. Seb's and Inspector Act touch. Could just be the game being weird. Back up to 14 viewers now. Just what you want to see. Here in Tier 3. Best tier in the world. It's the longest formation lap I've ever witnessed. Oh. Let's go racing. Woo! A lot of cars already on the grid. Those tyres will have frost on them. Pete saying, let's go. Let's go indeed. I love race starts. Pete says. So do I, Pete. So do I. Is there a better view than this? Ah, yes. And we're away. That's a good start from Dystopian. Gets past DG Rocker on the start. Crafty in, goes for a send up the inside. Doesn't pull it off. But otherwise, a fairly clean turn one. Except, well, Flame Tornado did start at the back. Ooh. People are not accounting for the braking of the car in front. Just going straight into them. I didn't see who that was. We'll move further back up the grid then. Seb's going for Milky Walker. Just in front. Inspectorac side by side with Crafty. Oh, just pips Crafty there. It's tight going into that corner. Manages to hold it together. And Sebs goes through on Milky Walker. Milky Walker not having a good exit there. Sector 2, what's happened? Replica Gaming. He's facing the wrong way. And he'll be hoping for some sort of safety car. Flame Tornado looking to quickly make up these positions. You see how close the cars are up in front. After an unfortunate qualifying for him. He's already up 5 places, I believe. He is. Capicam's up 6. Not too bad in terms of people dropping. We'll move further up the grid again. Blitz up to P9 now. Pete's going on Crafty now. Crafty has the race in line, which is what you want in the wet, really. It's just tough to keep it together on those first couple corners. I do need to blow my nose again, so 2 seconds. We are back. If anything, it looks like it's raining more than before. Dystopian up ahead, being overtaken by Rocker, but holding the inside. Blitz getting a 3-second already. He's the first one to get a penalty. This is great racing from Dystopian and Rocker. Keeping it clean side by side in wet conditions. Oh, but Spectorac out of nowhere. He's joining in on this battle. He gets the inside line for the final corner. A lot of respect shown there. What a fierce battle this is. Just behind Mr. Lethal Pete on Crafty. Crafty getting consumed in these wet conditions. Who's gone off? Dystopian taking the run off. And he does, actually. Abide by the fucking rules. Michael Massey, take notes. Blitz up on Post Malone now. He's not too far back, Blitz. He's not got far to the leader. His race is very much still on. Hey, Marone chasing Swiss J-Dog down the back straight. I think it's going to be a bit of a lunge, but Swiss J-Dog... Oh no. Gamerone actually braked way too early. Made it look like Swiss J-Dog went deep, but Gamerone decided to not go for it there. Helios picking up a time penalty now. Milky Walker has one as well. And Gamer Owen just going over that inside curb. Picks up a penalty also. Milky Walker runs a bit wide. Swiss J-Dog's right on the back of him now. It will be about this final corner. As everyone's actually getting quite close up ahead. Post Malone moving to one side. Let him blitz through. Pete's going for a move on Inspectorac. Doesn't quite work this time. Seb's just behind, watching their every move. DRS enabled. It's still raining. But the track is drying. Must be light rain. It is ending now. This wet period. We're coming to the end of it. We will see people start to pit for dry tyres pretty much as of now. George up on Supreme Cream now. Can't quite make it stick this time. What's going on up here? Seb's through on Mr. Lethal Pete. This pack's dropped off from the front slightly. Inspector at 3.5 seconds behind, but that's a little touch from Post Malone. Everyone diving into the pits. But Mr. Lethal Pete stays out. Everyone's going for dries. Now's the time. Here's the crossover. Anyone staying out will massively fall behind now. And there are some big names that haven't pit. Just Anime, DG Rocker. It's dry, boys. You're going to struggle. Look how slow. You're going so much slower now. Oh, the car's not turning in. They have an uphill climb now. Did Blitz pit? He did. This is a great opportunity to come back into this race for Blitz. Dystopian facing the wrong way. What was a brilliant qualifying. Now, oh, there's someone else round. It's Milky Walker. Both Aston Martins turning on the same corner, spinning on the same corner. Replica Gaming has gained some places, but he's on the intermediate still. Swiss J-Dog, you can see that delta just... Inspectorate, what happened? I didn't even see him. Oh, virtual safety car. I have no idea what happened there. He reclaims the... Oh, there's a bit of commotion here. Blitz, 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So I assume maybe he overtook Seb and didn't give the place back. I'm not sure. But this is a good opportunity now for the people that stayed out to get on those dry tyres. Perfect for them, actually, because the disadvantage they had is either lessened or is no longer. Crafty in gets a drive through. He did not get the delta right. DRS has just been enabled again. Is it saying that because of VSC? I suppose that's why it's saying it. DG, right on the back of Just Anime. Giving him something to think about. Crafty! Crafty's out! Crafty is out. Didn't actually see his car. There it is. Just losing traction at the end of Sector 1. No safety car. He did have a drive-through anyway, so he wouldn't have stayed P3. But Post Malone, someone that's typically found towards the back of the grid, or let's say middle of the pack, let's not be too mean. P3 at the moment, with a good 4-second gap behind him. I believe Post Malone is French-Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. Makes sense that he's good at France. Pete's round. Pete is round. I don't know if there was a touch. It's a bit of a strange place to spin it. It's just J-Dog. Oi! What was that? That was a brake check then. From George. Well, that's getting sent straight to the stewards. It wasn't like VSC or anything then, was it? Yeah, not what you want to see, really. Swiss J-Dog down on the soft tyres, chasing down Sebs. It won't be a matter of time. The only thing is, around France, the soft tyres die very quickly. You only have a very few laps of good pace on them. We will see if he gets him on this DRS straight. It's not the longest DRS straight, but Sebs gets away well, so I don't think it will be here. You will get DRS here, but I think 6.5 tenths might just be too far. Seb breaking that toe. Doesn't want to give the slipstream, and no, not enough time to make it. So we'll fall back to Replica Gaming, who's running in P9. Aimed a few positions off the start. As is Supreme Cream, who's following close behind him. There's actually a small little train going on here. So Milky Walker's getting very close to George. Hope he doesn't brake check you. George runs wide. Milky Walker struggling to get that car around, really. He does concede the position, George. Just Animate, very close to DG Rocker, who did get ahead of him in the end. Could be a move here on the back straight. DRS deployed. DG's not using his battery. Gets the move done. Can Swiss J-Dog do the same and on the DRS straight? He's a lot closer than last time. Seb's using the battery though, where Rocker wasn't. But it's not enough. But Swiss J-Dog not taking a very good line through there, and Seb's, I think, is going to get him back. Swiss J-Dog just having the straight line speed. His battery's getting low. Seb's backs out of that one. It's a dangerous corner to go side by side. Supreme Cream getting through on Replica. Supreme Cream is turning out to be a bit of a Sunday driver. Not the best in qualifying, but makes up so many places in the race. Doesn't matter about qualifying. Flame Tornado as well, getting up there. Blitz down in P12. Going on to the dries didn't actually work in the end. I think the advantage was greater from the VSC, which was very lucky for the people that stayed out, because it didn't make sense to stay out. Milky Walker getting close to George. George is on the softer compound. And he's flying past him already. This Seb Swiss J-Dog battle is not over yet. They meet at this corner again. He's surely going to get him here. Goes to the inside. Swiss J-Dog tries to leave it around the outside. I think that's going to be a slight invalidation from Seb, but gets the move done. But will Swiss J-Dog get Seb back on the back straight? Top 5 all running without penalties so far. Most notably, Post Malone still rocking P3. Could he get a podium here? A French podium. How'd you say podium in French? We'll have to look that up in case it works. And he does get a podium. Swiss J-Dog not able to pass Seb. I don't think that's the end of this battle. Although Swiss J-Dog's tyres will start to fall off now. Lap 6. They don't go too far, these soft tyres. Everyone's spaced out a little bit. Spectorac all the way back in P15 now. Just overtaken Helios. Flame Tornado is actually quite close behind Helios. Does make a very nice move on the inside of Helios, who drops back immediately. I don't know if he had a bit of a funny moment. Some people in the pits. Is there a double stack? No, he's already out. He should be fine. Is he serving a penalty? He was. And out he goes onto the hard compound. Hards will make the end from here. Kappa Cams. Swiss J-Dogs dropped off the back of Seb. Lost the position to Dystopian. Now Kappa Cams getting in on the action. Supreme Cream. Right up on Blitz. What's happened to Blitz? Kappa Cam sends one up the inside. Swiss J-Dog. It's a lovely shot going up the main straight. Just Anime and DG Rocker still fighting for the lead. DG Rocker takes it once again. May has a little look. It's not going to work this time. Can he get him on this exit? Both get a pretty good exit. So we'll have to wait till next lap. We'll see if he has anything up his sleeve for this final sector. Kappa Cams through on Dystopian through the use of the DRS. Kappa Cams light is flashing. That battery is empty. The slipstream really helping Dystopian here as he goes up the inside. He's got to leave the room. Oh, but Dystopian actually runs it a bit wide, pushing Kappa Cams further out. Gives the position back. Rocker's in the pits. Hards to the end. He's going hards to the end. Oh, more mediums. I actually think that's a pretty good call, actually. Mediums will go to the end. I'm thinking of the medium-hard strategy. Obviously, you can't do medium-medium. But you can if you start on inters. Uppercam's surely going to go for another move on Dystopian. I don't think he'll be able to put up much fight here. Uppercam's on 0% ERS. I don't think he knows how to turn it off. Okay, Marone on the back of Blitz now. Blitz did pull away from Supreme Cream in the end. So he must have had a moment because he gained about nearly 4 seconds since we last looked, and that was not long ago. Yellow flag in Sector 2. It's a Ferrari. Mr. Lethal P goes from bad to worse. Running in P18. Does he have any damage? That wing looks to be intact. I believe it is. Unlucky for Pete. He's been on a bit of a run recently. So, had to come to an end at some point. Supreme Cream comes into the pits. What's he got on? Is it mediums? It is. DG Rocker will get DRS off the back of this battle. I think I'm cruising down the back straight. Kappa Cabs holds the position, but now DG Rocker's there for company. Oh, they're getting close, these drivers. They're not going to go 3 wide around there, but they're going 2 wide around here. DG Rocker trying to get in on the action. But everyone stays where they are. Something's got to give, especially when they get to the back straight again. Rocker pushing Dystopian along. Rocker just has more ERS. What happened there? I got completely lost there. And Rocker. God, I'm so bad at doing these controls. The battle goes on from helicopter cab. Rocker sends it up the inside. It's a lovely move. Disposes of Dystopian and goes to Kappa Cabs before. Wait, so DG Rocker won't actually get DRS here. So that was actually very silly from DG Rocker to go for it early. He could be home and dry away from these two now, but he's going to get consumed. Oh, and someone spun. Dystopian spun. Either DG Rocker didn't leave enough room or Dystopian asked for too much. So DG Rocker, after making that move on Kappa Cams, he's going to have to do it all again. And he is losing time here. And this will favour just anime. DG Rocker's going to make light work of it. Just anime in the pits. Where's he come out? Comes out just behind the battle that DG Rocker's been caught up in. So realistically, this has massively played into just anime's hands. He's got 3 lap fresher tyres. And all he's lost It's just a position to DG Rocker, but he's only right there. DG Rocker just dragging Kappa Cabs along. Just Anime not able to pass. But he will pass Kappa Cabs here, as he does not get a good exit. Although, Kappa Cabs draining every last percent of that ERS, which Just Anime doesn't like to use. 90% he's on. I suppose he doesn't really have to pass right now. Oh, getting very close to the back of Kappa Cams there. Milky Melon makes a pass on Flame Tornado. Rocker setting the fastest lap of the race. And there's yellow flags. I think it's a Williams. Replica 3. Spun it out the exit of that chicane. This has completely escaped my mind. QC Post Malone. P1. I did not even see that. Of course he's P1 because Rocker and Anime pit. I expect they'll catch up, but will Dystopian catch up? I don't think there's enough time to race for Dystopian to catch up. It's just Post Malone has gone 12 laps on these mediums. There's no chance they go to the end, so he will give that up. I'd expect him to pit this lap. Inspector at 10-second penalty for corner cutting. What's that about? And Post Malone does pit. I don't really know what Inspector X's doing. Does he have damage? Doesn't have damage. I don't know what that was all about. Post Malone in the pits. Where does he come out? Everyone's rooting for Post Malone. P4 now, but he has got very fresh tyres. And actually, Dystopian's going to have to pit as well. So, in an incredible position, Post Malone. He could see a podium. But of course, he does have Sebs and Kappa Cams on 1 lap older tyres just behind. Kappa Cams being on the softs. Blitz making some places. He's caught up to the back of Supreme Cream just in time for the back straight. Yellow flags in sector 3. Is that is Helios. Helios having a little incident, but we will jump back on board with this battle. Blitz going to the inside. Through Supreme Cream. Doesn't fight it. It's not his battle. Sector 2. There's a slow Alfa Romeo. It's Inspector again. He's weaving for some reason. There's a car coming. I'm not sure what he's doing. What's he doing? I think this will be looked into. Not too happy about this. And he does get going again. Very strange. The two replicas are fighting at the back. This is the battle everyone wants to see. Tom versus AJ. Inspector at still cutting corners, speeding in the pit lane. I just don't think he wants to be here anymore. Okay. Let's see what the replicas can do then. Tom makes a pass on AJ. AJ not really taking the right lines through there. He's dropped a lot of time already. Needs to be careful or he won't be in the DRS. I don't think he's gonna. Dystopian is pit for fresh softs. But obviously that does put Post Malone into P3, but Kappa Cams has got Sebs on the main straight. So he will push now to overtake his teammate. He nearly gets in the DRS. He'll have to wait. Gamer Owen then on the back of Dystopian, who is on fresh softs. So I don't think he'll be on the back of him for too long. Suddenly got a bit darker here in Paul Ricard. Surely the rain's not coming back. I reckon it might, you know. Getting on that curb, you don't want to be doing that. Can't get any traction on that curb. Just Anime is on the back of DG Rocker now, on those fresher tyres. But if it starts raining, that tyre advantage might not matter because they'll both go into the pits. He will pass here. DG Rocker making himself a bit wider. He sends a lunge at the inside. And, well, it wasn't a good move. And then Just Anime resets the track, which will have to be reported. Dystopian on the back of Swiss J-Dog. Helios gets a penalty for corner cutting. And Kappa Cams is here. He's arrived on the scene of Post Malone. What's that? Supreme Cream spun it on the chicane. I saw he was quite close to the two Milkies. Maybe there was a little touch there. DG Rocker's in the pits. He must have got damage from when he had that collision with Just Anime. I switched to the different camera at the wrong time, really. I didn't really see whose fault it was. It looked like DG's fault, but I don't know. DG Rocker coming out just behind Swiss J-Dog, holding him up even more. Whoa, they touch. DG Rocker probably should have just used a bit more of the track there. Kappa Cabs does get through on Post Malone, but because DG Rocker is pit, he might get podium anyway. Could be 2 Hasses on the podium. Sector 3. It's Helios. Oh, and he's going again as he gets lapped by Just Animate. Oh, he's so aggressive on the throttle. Helios, we do this every week. The Helios saga continues. It's actually a good place to watch this battle between the 2 Haas cars. Post Malone actually sticking to the back of Kappa Cabs. Kappa Cabs is at 6 laps on those softs. That is when they start to drop off. And Kappa Cabs letting Post Malone through so that he'll get the DRS. That is the play. Although, he's 6/10 back now. I don't think that's enough. It's not enough. He's not played it well. Supreme Cream having wheel issues. So I'm told. Very unfortunate. He was having a pretty good race, really. I think it's just an AI now. George gets through on Replica and then just almost sits still in the middle of the corner. Takes Replica's way off. George hasn't really had a good race at all, to be honest. It's not the first wing he's taken off. And Post Malone get a glorious P2 here. Kappa Cabs behind him on dying softs. The pace will just slip away. Sector 3, it's at Helios again. Helios, stop, man. Helios, you're full throttle. You can't do it for... I mean, that's just silly now, isn't it? That looks pretty intentional to me. That's another thing to report. Kappa Cabs still cannot pass Post Malone. They've done the long DRS straight. He's still not through. Might be a different story if he pulled off that move, giving Post Malone the place back. It's just not worked out for him. 2 Milkies are going for it. Only 2 cars on track without a penalty. That is Swiss J-Dog and Mr. Lethal Pete. Pretty good going from then. It's probably a good time to get the penalties up. Dystopian on 21 seconds. Well, he's going to drop right down. Post Malone only has a 5-second, which might even get removed. So, and even if it doesn't, Kappa Cabs has to beat him by a second. So, but where does that put DG Rocker? He's only got 3 seconds. As Kappa Cabs picks up another penalty. So that just solidifies Post Malone's position. I think he's going to get P2. Sorry, I just went away from that as soon as there was an overtake. Milky Walker does pass Milky Melon. DG Rocker needs to at least get in the DRS for the next lap if he wants to go any higher. He will jump up to 3rd, I think. That Pete's off. Not a good day for Ferrari. Just Anime coming round now as Pete retires in the pits to start the final lap of the race. It will be Just Anime's as the Milkies swap positions again. They go side by side. Oh, that's brilliant racing. Oh, they're still going for it. I thought the move was over. Milky Melon not taking the perfect line. There's just Helios's carcass spread across the road. Kappa Cams gets through on Sebs. With DG Rocker just behind. Giving it everything. Sebs backs out of it. Just Anime. Few corners to go until victory. What's happened to Seb? He's ghosted. Has he run out of fuel? He may well have run out of fuel here. That's terrible for Seb. He's run out of fuel. Blitz is coming up behind him. It's going to be a race to the line. DG Rocket does get P2 in the end. Seb is being consumed, but Post Malone on the podium. Oh, he's 3.5 hundredths off P2. It's a race of fine margins. We saw that in quali. As the Milkies are still going for it to the line. Milky Walker just does it, but Milky Melon had a ton of penalties anyway. Sector 3, what's happening back here? George is out of fuel. Supreme Cream, 10 seconds for corner cutting. I think his wheel's back on now, is it? I think he's still having issues, you can tell it's not. Yeah, he's just testing it out. It's not responding perfectly, really. George running out of fuel allows Replica to breeze past him, but George will have him on penalties anyway. Supreme Cream comes into the pits on the final lap. Post Malone on the podium. And that'll be that. It was a good race. Thank you to everyone involved. There is Just Anime on the podium next to DG Rocker and QC Post Malone. There is the results. Just Anime taking another win, which will eat away at Blitz's lead, and he might even overtake DG Rocker now. He does overtake DG Rocker in the standings, which is huge. Actually, does he? Nope, they're level on points because DG Rocker got fastest lap of the race. Just Anime and DG Rocker level on points. Both charging for Blitz. It's going down to the wire here in Tier 3. Post Malone getting P3. His first podium of the season. He'll be loving that one. Kappa Cams P4. Then it's Swiss J-Dog. Blitz in P6. Gamer Owen. Dystopian on his first race. Sebs and Milky Walker rounds out the top 10. Then we have Milky Melon, Flame Tornado, George, Replica Gaming 3, Supreme Cream, Replica Gaming, Mr. Lethal Pete, and then actually, Mr. Lethal Pete finishes because he did 90% of the race, and then Helios, Inspector Ek, and Crafty Inc. all DNF. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. See you next week.